grateful for everyone being here. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to jump right on in because we're just so grateful that you've shown up today. My dear friend Sharon, I love you so much. Let
Thrilled
me,
to
uh, what a title, huh?
what
Thank
a
God,
time.
thank God for cancer. So I remember, let's all just take a deep breath because I'm going to jump right on in. We're getting right to the heart of the matter. I remember it's Memorial Day around, it was in 2023. And you were diagnosed with cancer. And now we're doing a program called Thank God for Cancer. When you were diagnosed, just so that we can, be authentic with the reality of when someone faces cancer. What was it like when you were diagnosed with cancer, Sharon?
Thank you, Dr. Darren. It's such a privilege and a thrill for me to be here with all of you today. You know, I've been an active member of this community since 2008, so I already know and love many of you here. It feels kind of like a homecoming. And to those of you I don't know, I look forward to getting to know you. This journey is about my story, and I look forward to hearing yours as well. Last year on Memorial Day, I was coming home from hiking in the high desert of Arizona. And when I got home, I had a virus, and the virus took me down. And I had to seek medical treatment because at first they thought it was valley fever from hiking in Arizona. And then they began to treat me for pneumonia. And I did not respond to any of that treatment. So they decided to do a CAT scan. And when they did that, I was given a stage 4 lung cancer diagnosis with a softball-sized tumor in the top portion of my left lung. And I'm a never smoker, a stage 4 lung cancer diagnosis as a never smoker. And that cancer had already metastasized to my lymph and my bones. And there were probable lesions already forming in the liver and the colon. That news was totally devastating to me. It was shocking, it was shattering, it was crushing. And my personal experience was that the mental and the emotional stress was just as challenging as the physical trauma. And I know from my lived experience and all my many years working with the Lifeline that our thoughts and our emotions directly influence the expression of health in our bodies. So I knew I had to take action. I made the decision to live. There was a choice point there, live or die. And I made the decision to live. And as I made that decision, I went into it leaning into the Lifeline. And what I did as my emergency stress management system was to use the 4 steps that we are going to share with you today. We're going to give you this as a gift today, these 4 steps, which is only one small portion of the 16-step technology that is the Lifeline. But I was able to pluck this out and use it to keep myself well. So these 4 steps that we are going to share with you today gave me the opportunity to create dynamic change in my experience with cancer. It allowed me to regulate and manage the enormous levels of stress that I would find myself under. It allowed me to gently and compassionately, with infinite love and gratitude, harmonize the overwhelming emotions that I found myself in. And that allowed me to focus. When you can address the mental and the emotional, then you can focus. And the focus was to get intentional, to put my energy and squarely focus it on what I want and not what I didn't want. And that's brought us to where we are here today. I truly believe, with all my heart, I believe that it was my pairing of the Lifeline work technique with my excellent medical care. I've received excellent medical care, that because of the 2 of them, that's why I'm the exception to the medical rule. That's why I'm here to report to you. My cancer diagnosis came in August. And so it's not even a year yet, but I'm living a vibrant, active, joyful, thriving life. And if I can do that, you can do that, and you can do that, and you can do that. And so it was in one of my many conversations with Dr. Darren Weissman, who is my friend. He is my mentor, and he is a hero for me on this healing journey, that we talked about the multitude of individuals that are dealing with cancer these days. I've had 5 different medical practitioners tell me they've seen a spike in non-smoking lung cancer. And so we were talking about the multitude of people that are dealing with it personally, like is my story, or with a loved one. And they don't have the skills, they don't have the tools, and they don't have the finances to be able to truly address the mental and the emotional stress. So I asked him, I said, can we give this away? Can we teach these 4 steps that were so instrumental for me on my journey? And he said, yes. And that's how this webinar was birthed. We're here today to create a space of empowerment for you, because I truly believe that if you too will be diligent and use these 4 steps as I did, you will be able to create dynamic change in your experience. You will be able to harmonize your emotions. You will be able to regulate and manage the stress, and that will allow you to focus, to really pay attention to your attention and focus it on what you want and not what you don't want. So it's a journey of self-empowerment. That's why we're here today. And to me, that alone is worthy of thanking God for cancer. I'm thrilled and delighted to be with you here today. Thank you, Dr. Darren. And I'm going to lob it back over to you.
Well, I'm grateful that you said that I'm your hero. You are the hero, my friend. You're the one that grabbed the lifeline. You're the one that leaned in. You're the one that opened your heart, because I remember you were the one that was open to receive in the moments, because I don't want to be naive here, to go from the diagnosis of cancer, which was absolutely shocking and traumatizing in the moment, to a place of thank God for cancer. For many people coming on, that is such a leap. That is such a Herculean leap. And I want you to just imagine right now, wherever you are, whatever your experience is, whether you personally are diagnosed with cancer, you've got a family member, you've got a family history. I want you to just take a moment right now and imagine yourself grateful.
Yes.
Imagine yourself thriving through cancer. I want you to imagine it. Just take a deep breath, open up the door of your future highest self, and imagine yourself grateful and thriving through cancer, and feel that energy. Because that energy right there, that's what we call mind medicine. You're already activating a vibrational frequency. The key is, how do we create a practice? And the journey of creating the practice begins before we live intentionally, as Sharon was talking about. We must pay attention. We must acknowledge where we are before we get to where we're going. So for you right now, what about the experience of cancer is most stressful for you? What about it? Is it the symptoms of your body? Is it the stress of family and having really difficult discussions? Is it the medical community and feeling like you don't have a choice? Is your relationship with God, and why did this happen? What is it about the experience of cancer that's most stressful for you? And write that down. Write that down, because I want you to have an anchor here. Write it down as far as where you're at right now, because you're about to go on a very special journey. And I'm not the hero. I'm a guide. I'm a guide. I'm a guide because I've been through my own stuff. I remember infinite love and gratitude. I thought about this morning, I'm like, holy cow. How many years ago was this? It was so many years ago, or late 90s. And I noticed that I had a mass on my left testicle. And I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on here? I was freaked out. I went in, I got it evaluated, and I was afraid of the medical world. And I went and I worked with my friend, who I call the wizard, Bob Warwick, and my body resorbed that. And infinite love and gratitude. I haven't really talked about that very much. And I had the memory of that this morning when I woke up. And I want you to just take a moment right now, because I know so many friends, so many family that have gone through it, and it's, you know, such a prevalent experience. And I want you to just acknowledge where you are and what it is about cancer that's most stressful. Today, Sharon and I are going to share with you 4 very simple, they really are. Life's not
Good.
always so easy, but they're very simple steps that will empower you, if you use them, to move through the shock and the trauma of a cancer diagnosis so that you can create the ultimate shift from struggling and stressed to the fullest expression of being grateful to be alive. So when you apply these 4 simple yet profound steps, it will forever change the way you view your health and your life. And I want to really encourage you, because when Sharon said, "Hey, can we share this?" And I'm like, absolutely. I'm like, oh my God, this is such a prevalent portal. This is such a prevalent problem in our world, cancer, that Sharon and I really want to give you tools that you're going to walk away from this webinar. You're going to have something real. So stay with us throughout the end. But at the end, we're going to offer you an opportunity that if this resonates with you, there's different ways that you can learn how to have Sharon and I be a part of your dream team and support you through whatever the leg of your journey that you're on. Reactive, proactive, whatever that might be. So let's make the most out of this experience together. If you've got other web browsers open, turn them off. Silence your phone, make this time count for you. You've already shown up, which is the toughest part of it all. Thank you for being here. But let's turn off all the distractions that can pull you away from something that's most important. And the most important thing in the entire world is you. And you're already here. So that's an amazing thing. So Sharon, I would love for you to set the mood, and let's begin to elevate the power of the present moment through a meditation for all of us.
Wonderful. Thank you. The meditation that we're going to do today is actually step 1 of the LifeLine technique, but we're going to do it in a different way. I'm going to ask you to get comfortable in your chair, and I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and move into a connection with your heart space. So just begin to take some full deep breaths. And as you breathe, begin to become aware of the energy of your heart. And as we breathe together, I invite us to move our attention to the crowns of our heads. And as we do that, we begin to activate our awareness of our spirit. Our spirit is our eternal essence. Our spirit is that everlasting aspect of self. It's pure light and it's pure love. And we invite the energy of our spirit to move into a relationship with the body. So again, I invite us to bring our awareness to the heart space. And as we connect with the heart, we connect with the body. We activate our awareness of the body. Now, our bodies are composed of trillions of intelligent cells, and each and every one of them has within them the ability to heal, to regenerate, and to express wholeness, and to tune up this circuit of energy between our spirit and body. We do it specifically in the frequency of love, as together we say, infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.
Take a deep breath. And in the breath, I invite you to really stay aware of the body. These trillions of intelligent cells, they work in communities to create homeostasis or balance. And we want these intelligent communities to be guided by our eternal essence, that everlasting aspect of self, to be guided by our spirit of pure love, and to upgrade the connection between body and spirit, infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.
Take a deep breath. And as we breathe, honoring our spirit and our body, we recognize a harmonic convergence, the unification of spirit and body, infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.
And with the breath, I invite us now to bring our awareness to the forehead. to the area that we connect with for mind. Mind is really in the field, but it's the forehead that allows us to bring our awareness to mind. And as we do this, we connect with a field that is infinite. There are possibilities, potential, and power that is available to us that we have not yet even considered. It's all there, the power of the mind. And we want to anchor the mind deeply in the body. So bring your attention back to the heart space, back to these trillions of cells that are designed to heal, to regenerate, to be whole. And we want to sync and link the power of the infinite mind in the body, as together we say, infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.
Staying aligned with the body, we find that these trillions of cells are little transmitters and receivers of information. The DNA that is present in every cell can unwind, and we ask now that it unwind just enough to give us a fresh glimpse of infinity, just enough to make us aware of more of the power of our minds. And as we allow the body to ground the energy of the mind, we do it specifically in the frequency of love, as together we say, infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.
And as we breathe, we begin to become aware of this linking and syncing of mind and body, the harmonic convergence, the unification of mind and body, infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.
And as we breathe, I invite us to begin to bring our awareness to the energy of the earth, Mother Nature. I invite us to imagine lasering in our energy right into the heart of the mother, the core of the earth. And as we do this, we begin to become aware of a frequency that thrives, the thriving nature of Mother Nature. She holds us, she nurtures us, grounds us, feeds us, supports us, loves us, teaches us. And we invite the energy of the divine feminine, Mother Earth, to move right into every cell in our bodies. And as we invite this thriving nature of Mother Nature, it creates a thriving expression in the body. It allows the cells to thrive. And we align earth to body, infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.
And as we stay really connected and anchored in the energy of the earth, we invite that energy now to innervate the mind, to create a thriving expression of mind where the possibilities and the potential and the power thrives. The mind thriving through a connection with the earth, infinite loving gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.
And as we stay anchored in the earth and bring our attention to the crown of the head, we find a connection between the energy of the earth and our eternal spirit of pure love. And that creates a thriving expression of spirit, infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.
Deep breath. And it's with the breath that I invite us now to connect to Source, to connect to that life force that animates our being, that brings us, breathes us, provides life, our faith, the source of life. And as we connect with the divine, as we connect to source energy, we begin to remember that we're always connected. It's the breath. The breath reminds us. With every inspiration, we're drawing in more and more of source. And with every expiration, that same source is taking us in. It's this beautiful, delicate, delightful dance with the divine, and all we have to do is breathe. And as we breathe, the body is animated with the energy of source. We are one with the source of life. Infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.
And as we begin to become aware of how the energy of source innervates our mind, it's the divine matrix, it's the field of our mind in union with the divine matrix, the field, the libraries, the Akash, it's all available to us. And as we allow our awareness to expand from our individual minds to the mind of God, source, universe, divine, we find the answers to all of the questions when we tune in and tap in to the field. Infinite loving gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.
And with the breath, I invite us now to bring our awareness to the crown of our heads, where our spirit of pure love is in union with the source of that love, the source of life. This is our sovereignty. This is our divinity, recognizing that this eternal essence is in union with, in harmony with, in oneness with source. Infinite loving gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.
And take a moment to take a deep, deep breath. And as you do, I invite you to bring your awareness back into this present moment, back into this connection with each other. When you're ready, open your eyes and welcome to the present moment. Thank you, Dr. Darren.
Thank you, Sharon. And thank you, everyone, for being here and shining your light so bright and being open to having a dialogue with Sharon and I that it's a controversial dialogue, and it's a stressful journey. And so to have this level of vulnerability to communicate about the diagnosis of cancer, the experience of cancer in a thank God for cancer kind of way, when there's moms and dads and children and friends and neighbors who go through this. It's really profound that this type of dialogue can only happen when we're present. So welcome to the present moment.
Dr. Darren, if I may just interject there.
Yeah.
There were many times when I would wake up in the middle of the night in panic, in anxiety, in terror. And I would do step number one, that meditation that we just did. I would just lie in bed and do that, and it would bring the ease of the present moment to then allow me to get intentional and go back to sleep. So thank you so much for the gift of that tool.
Infinite love and gratitude. So I want you to take a moment and just think about why you're here. Like you could be anywhere right now. Are you here because you want to activate your innate healing potential of your body, that your body's naturally designed to heal, regenerate, and express wholeness? Are you here because you want to activate that? Or are you here because you want to evolve? You want to evolve your emotional well-being from being reactive with fear to being responsive and responding with love.
Yes.
Or and are you here because you want to transform? You want to transform your mindset, the way you think, the way you believe, the way you perceive, the way you receive, from surviving to thriving.
Yes, 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 yes.
Right? So which one are you? And we'd love for you to jump in the chat. Which one are you? Are you here because you want to activate the innate potential of your healing in your body? Are you here because of number two? You want to evolve your emotional well-being from reacting with fear to responding with love. Are you here because of number three? Tell us in the comments. You want to transform your mindset from surviving to thriving. There you go. All three. Marcia, Gail, all three. All three.
Yes,
Oh.
yes, yes, yes.
Thank you, Serena. Infinite love and gratitude, D. All three, especially responding, right? Ron, you're here because of number one. You want to activate your innate healing potential. Esther, number one. Beautiful. Zwan, good job. Three. Awesome. All three. Bryce, infinite love and gratitude. Here's the thing. Whatever your motivation for being here right now with Sharon and I, we fully support you. We are here with you on this journey of life and Lifeline. So thank you so much. And, you know, for those of you that are new to us, I'd love to just do an introduction of like who we are, just a quick introduction. And the bottom right corner is my two brothers, Kenny and Dr. Howie, and that's my mom. My mom has gone through uterine cancer twice. In the bottom left corner, you might recognize this lady right here. This is Louise Hay, and my daughter, who's 19 now, so this is a while ago, Joya. Louise had vaginal cancer. That was her evolutionary journey to you can heal your life. And Sharon, do you mind sharing the rest of these pictures?
Sure, absolutely. In the top right-hand corner is my family. I have 4 children, 3 fabulous in-laws, and 8 grandchildren. And so that's just a picture of us at Thanksgiving. And you know what occurs to me is that there was no family history of cancer at all for me. So I'm the first one that's introduced this. And then we look down in the middle picture at the bottom, and that is December of last year when we were giving David Kaplan a going away party, our precious David. And that's December. I was diagnosed in August and began treatment in September and was well enough to travel to Chicago in December. Infinite love and gratitude. And then the top picture on the left is a Lifeline workshop that we were attending. Many of the beautiful individuals that are here on this webinar today are pictured here. It's like I said, this is like a family reunion to me, and I'm so grateful for the connections that we have.
Totally. And I see Cindy Perloff is on, and she's in that picture. So many beautiful people. And we're just so grateful to share this time together with each and every one of you. So can you just take a moment and just imagine? Just imagine. Imagination is the evidence. It's evidence of the divine. Imagination is evidence of the divine. Can you imagine what it would feel like if you could activate your innate healing potential of your mind and of your body, that you could evolve your emotional well-being? Imagine that you can transform your mindset from surviving to thriving. When you change, hold on a second. You know, it's so funny when you do these things. I'm sorry. These things get in the way. I'm attempting to have the chat so I can read what's going on, but I got in the way from this. Imagine changing a toxic mind. We all have it. Negative thoughts get triggered and they loop and they loop. I know you know what I mean. Imagine changing a toxic mind of negative thoughts and limiting beliefs, woulda, coulda, shoulda, what ifs, like, uh-oh, and awakening gratitude. In the face of the shock and trauma that stems from a cancer diagnosis, imagine being able to change that aspect. Well, if you're anything like Sharon and I, we love to know where we're going along the way. We want to give you a little bit of roadmap of what our time together is. This is going to be a 90-minute webinar, and at the end, we're going to take a Q&A, but we're going to start with, thank God for cancer. We're going to start with that. And then we're going to go into unwrapping gifts in strange wrapping paper, and cancer is definitely one of those gifts in strange wrapping paper. And then we're going to go into where your attention goes, your energy flows. And then we're going to go into what is just so important, and it's all aspects of life: cancer, addiction, any degenerative disease, being a parent. You got to have a dream team. Create your dream team. So we're going to talk about what that means. This isn't about telling you what to do. This is about offering different options so that you can navigate something that is oftentimes so shocking and so stressful. We will teach you, as we talked about at the beginning, the 4 steps that Sharon knew already. She knew them already, but she took it to a whole other level when that cancer diagnosis got brought into her world. It became a whole other level of a practice. And we really want to instill these 4 steps and the importance and the value of them. And last but not least, you know, how we move forward, you know, how you can take this information and move forward. And we're going to have Q&A. So like Aaron was saying at the beginning, write your questions down so that we can get as many questions as possible at the end. So Sharon, look at this gorgeous picture of you and your beautiful, 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 beautiful dream team friends. thank God for cancer. What the heck does that mean? What does that mean to you?
So this
How do you
picture,
thank God for cancer?
right, right. And so, you know, I've had many people ask me that question, and I trigger for them the alternative. What is the alternative to gratitude? Well, it's hating cancer. It's I want to kill the cancer. Is it being a victim of cancer? Is it being angry at God for cancer? Is it denial? You know what? I practiced all of those emotions. I experienced every single one of them, Dr. Darren, and it made me feel worse. And I knew that that energy was destructive and I had to change. And gratitude is the stepping stone. Anytime we can begin with gratitude, we can change the experience. This is a picture of me getting the biopsy for the information for my diagnosis. And I'm here with my two beloved friends that are part of the nonprofit that I am involved with, Janet and Samantha. They have been with me every step of this journey. And these two individuals were my primary caregivers. When I could not take care of myself physically, they took care of me. They kept me alive. And I'm so grateful for them. The love that we shared between the three of us now has deepened. And that's a reason for me to thank God for cancer. I was forced to take inventory of my life and to let go of the shoulds and the have tos and only connect with what really has meaning for me now. That's a reason for me to thank God for cancer. I developed a whole new appreciation and respect for Western medical professionals like you, Dr. Darren. I felt like our system was set up for sickness, but I have changed my whole mindset around that. I have had excellent medical care, and I'm on a pharmaceutical drug that has created a dynamic change in the structure of my body. So I am grateful for that. And that it was only cancer that brought me to that experience. And then I'm also I thank God for cancer because it gave me an opportunity to develop a relationship with death. You know, that subject can be so taboo in our culture, but the truth is we're all dying and we need to create a relationship with death, just like we have a relationship with life. And cancer gave me that ability to, like you said, I had to dig deeper and here we are. So yeah, that's how I thank God for cancer.
Yeah, amazing. It really is. It's so beautiful and it's so powerful. And oftentimes, especially if you're on here and this is a new experience of being diagnosed with cancer, it's where Sharon has come to has been a process, has been, I'll change the name process to a practice. It's been a practice. There's been steps that she's gone through that I remember the first time I said to Sharon, I said, repeat after me. Thank God for cancer. And you looked at me cross-eyed. You
I
looked at
couldn't,
me cross-eyed
I,
like,
I couldn't even believe those words were coming out of your mouth. I
I
couldn't do
know, I know, I know. But the whole thing about it is we understand, and we're going to get into this, my friends, is that when you learn to create a harmonious relationship with the reactive part of yourself, which is called your subconscious mind, you are able to change your perception and therefore influence your biology, your behavior, your ability to be intuitive, and how you make decisions. It's really
That was
quite
such
a
a
journey.
pivotal time for me, Dr. Darren. It was so important for me to be able to hold a space of gratitude around cancer, which I was rejecting it. I was pushing it away. I was denying it. And that was a turning point for me because it became a part of acceptance. And you have taught me so powerfully this last year that we have to be able to accept and let go. And that's where I was there. And here's a reflection of how my body has responded to that. In August of 23, last year, the bottom portion here on the left side of the screen is the scan. And if you cut my body in half and the lungs were exposed, that's what we're looking. So it's like we're looking down into the lungs here. And that big white blob in the bottom portion there is that softball sized tumor. And then fast forward to February of this year, and you see there's some little flecking there in that space. And the flecking could be cancer, it could be scar tissue, it could be a number of things, but it's nothing that the physician, the oncologist, is worried or concerned about. So that is dynamic change. That is dynamic change.
Transformational. And I just want to read this for everybody here. So this was August 7th, 2023, 3:59 p.m. Left upper lobe mass with innumerable pulmonary nodules. Left pleural-based nodules, mediastinal adenopathy, osseous metastasis, including soft tissue component, pathological fracture at the left seventh rib, and probable liver lesion. Constellation of findings highly suspicious for primary lung neoplasm and metastasis, nodular septal thickening in the left upper lobe, suspicious of lymphangitic carcinomatomas. And now here we are, May 6, 2024. Upper abdominal, periportal, and retroperitoneal lymphadenopathy seen on previous PET CT is no longer present. So from innumerable nodules, no longer present. There's no lymphadenopathy in the abdomen or pelvis at this time.
And Dr. Darren, I have a funny story about that. The way the system is set up now, as soon as I get the tests, I get the results. Within an hour, 2 hours, I have the results of the test based on the technology now. And I did not get the results of this May scan like I normally did. And I went to my doctor the next day and I said, I have not received the results of the scan. And he said, Sharon, it's all good news. You'll get it today. But I believe, it's my hypothesis, that that radiologist sent that scan around to all of his colleagues to make sure he wasn't missing something, because now it is no longer in the lymph. Infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude. Everyone take a deep breath.
Whew.
Let it go. To know one thing is to know 1,000 different things. If it's in one person, it's in everyone. We live in a holographic universe. And I want you to just take a moment right now, and it's your turn. I want you to jump into the comments and share what you're ready to be grateful for. What are you ready to thank God for in your journey where you're going through whatever it is? Jump in the comments, share with Sharon and I what it is that you're ready to be grateful for. What is your aspect?
What you feel most challenged by. It may be that may be your leap from, like mine, I couldn't even say the words, and then to go from acceptance to letting go right into gratitude.
Good job, Susan. Infinite love and gratitude. I'm ready to thank God for my cancer. I'm ready to be grateful for breast cancer journey. Good job, Carmel. Infinite love and gratitude. Grateful for every day, Ron.
Yes.
Thankful
Yes.
for migraines. Good job, Ellen. Ready to thank God for aging. Good job, Lisa. My grandma's thanking God for cancer, Leah. Infinite love and gratitude. A new day every day, Sarah. Infinite love and gratitude. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your gratitude and being courageous. Ready to be grateful for my daughter Ruby's kidney disease. Infinite love and gratitude. Michelle. Traumas endured in life, what they taught me. Norma.
Yes, yes, yes.
Beautiful. So here's the thing. Whether you struggle with anxiety, whether you're facing a major health challenge, whether you're stuck in self-defeating thought patterns or behaviors, when detoxifying your mind, it's not the symptom, it's not the stress, or even how long you've been stuck or struggling that matters most. Here's the thing. Listen to this. Receive this. It's your willingness to be open to change. People want change, but are you open to change? You want things to change, but are you open to changing? You know, the greatest fear in life, people go, oh, death, public speaking, fear of heights and spiders. No, the greatest fear is change. And the one thing that we can count on in life is everything's always going to change. We're always going through change. So it's your willingness to be open to change. And the concept here We're going on to the next stage of our journey, gifts and strange wrapping paper. I love it when walking down a sidewalk and you see this breakthrough of divinity. Here's this sidewalk or this asphalt, and here's these gorgeous dandelions. Tell me, Sharon, about the gifts and strange wrapping paper of cancer for you in this journey for you.
So when we're dealing with finding the gifts in it, we're dealing with those subconscious patterns that are surfacing, memories, emotions that we weren't able to process before. And what I came to find out in this journey this last year was there was a lot of hidden or buried grief, and there was a lot of buried resentment around grief. The year before my diagnosis, I lost my mother, who I had been her primary caregiver for 6 years, and that was a challenging journey. We lost a beloved family pet, and then, as silly as it might sound, at the end of the year, I lost my car that I loved so much, that I'd had for so many years. So I had that level of grief that I really hadn't fully processed. And through my journey with the Lifeline, I've been able to do that and find that that is a gift. But not only did I use the 4 steps diligently to uncover and unravel a lot of this, but I have done weekly sessions with Dr. Darren Weissman since the beginning of this process. And in those 16-step sessions that allows you to go really deep into the core or the root of the issue, we uncovered grief that I had held and not processed from the death of my brother, my darling brother that died at age 34 of cystic fibrosis. And even in another session, we went even deeper into that, where when they brought him home from the hospital, they had to tent his crib with an oxygen tent. And I, as a 5-year-old, used to climb up into the crib with him to sleep with him to make sure he didn't die in the night. And so those are the gifts that come forth when you do this work. For me, that's
It's just like the seed was below the surface and the flower grew through the asphalt. There's seeds within our minds of patterns of memory and thought and emotion that we don't even realize are showing up in our life as patterns of health, of patterns of behavior, patterns of different things that, you know, either allow us to flow or not flow, but oftentimes it's where the resistance is. And this helps us to understand that this is a gift in strange wrapping paper. And we discover, thank God for cancer, is a gift in strange wrapping paper. So let's take a quick lesson of the mind and make it really simple as possible. The proverbial iceberg, the tip of the iceberg is the conscious mind. The conscious mind is the aware mind. You can see it. And the aware mind is the only mind that chooses. And percentage-wise, it's been said that it's 2 to 10% of our mind. So 2 to 10% of who you are can choose in life. The other 90 to 98% does not have a choice. And the significance of this is the 90 to 90%, it does a couple things that are really, 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 really important. The subconscious mind stores all of your memories, and the subconscious mind orchestrates the trillions of cells in your body. You don't have to consciously be in control of your lungs, of your liver, of your intestines, of your white blood cells. Your subconscious mind takes care of all that, but it's also storing memories. And it's these memories that live in our subconscious mind that act as the wild card. So here's, for example, a past life memory. And in it is the loss of will. And here's a moment of conception. Mom's afraid, dad's angry. Here's birth, and there's fear from birth, and here's 5 years of age and 4. All these memories, they all live within our subconscious minds, individually as well as collectively. And what ends up happening is these parts get triggered. Let's say we just use this as an example. Mom's fear, dad's anger, it gets triggered. And all of a sudden, because I'm not in the present moment, here's the thing, the subconscious mind will always override the conscious mind. It's 7 times faster than your best consciously ninja trained self. So when the subconscious mind gets triggered, my immune system isn't reacting in the moment. And the immune system does what? It recognizes when cells have mutated. It recognizes when cells are done doing their job. It recognizes pathogens. All of a sudden we have a weakened immune system. All of a sudden we're in a place of denial and anxiety, and in the situations of, there's stress with finances, with when it comes to any disease, and especially with cancer. Some of these medications are so darn expensive, and you don't have insurance. All of a sudden we're in a reactive state of denial and anxiety, and we're like, of course I'm feeling denial and anxiety, but no, there's a whole other level of truth that lives within us. Here we are, and we're in this shame and isolation. Rather than connecting to our dream team and our family and people to support us, we go into this reactive state of thought and behavior and feelings about ourselves. Here we are, and we're like, oh man, why did this happen to me? What did I do wrong? And we go into this anger and victimization, feeling like we're let down by life or God or the medical community or whatever it might be. And I want to share with you a story of a dear friend. His name is Jeff, and I'm just going to have you listen to this short clip that Jeff made.
Hello, my name is Jeff Smith. I am here to talk about Dr. Darren Weissman and the LifeLine method. In about, 2014, October of 2014, about 7 years ago, we're in October, it's October 27th, 2021. I had my first LifeLine session with Dr. Weissman, and it was remarkable. How I got to Dr. Darren Weissman was I was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic prostate cancer. A friend of mine who also had cancer and knew Dr. Weissman recommended me. And my prognosis was to live 3 or 4 years. I went to 3 different hospitals. That's what they told me. The cancer had spread throughout my body, and I was headed toward traditional medicine, radiation, chemotherapy, things like that. And I thought, when you're in that state of mind, you're given 3 to 4 years to live, you're open, very open to try new things. And so before you get there, I'm going to recommend that you try this before you get whacked up on the side of the head with cancer. And, the session, when it started with Dr. Weissman, I knew within 15 or 20 minutes that this was going to really change my life. It just really opened my mind, my body, and my soul, helping me to get rid and feel it, to heal it, to really feel the anger, the fear, the resentment, the shame, guilt, all these feelings that were in my body for various reasons over my lifetime, and to fill it with joy and love and peace and gratitude and abundance, and really just bring life into my body and bring life into my mind, my body, my spirit, my mindset, psychology, attitude, and really made a huge difference. And so I'm going to recommend that you give it a test drive. And I can't really describe how it happens. It's a session takes anywhere from 30 to 90 minutes, depending on your situation. And so give it a test drive. Really hard to describe how it happens unless you go through it. And so I just want to say thank you so much to Dr. Darren Weissman and the LifeLine Technique, and a huge hug and thank you to all the certified LifeLine practitioners out there. Infinite love and gratitude to everybody. Infinite love and gratitude, Dr. Darren Weissman. I hope people hear this and learn more about the LifeLine Technique. Thank you so much. Infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude. So I want you to jump into the comments, my friends, and share what your gifts in strange wrapping paper are. What are your gifts in strange wrapping paper? Jump in the comments and share your gifts in strange wrapping paper. What are the things that right now you're like, oh man, how do I say thank you to that? What is it that is your gifts in strange wrapping paper? Car accident, mycoplasma, parathyroid tumor, mental state. Good job, Diane. Infinite love and gratitude. Thyroid nodules, arthritic crooked fingers and knuckles. Good job, Cindy. Anxiety and hidden anger. Good job, Emma. Thyroid disease. Good job, Leah. Infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and gratitude.
Right? The things, the pain and the fear and the stress of life, we often get caught into it, and it's easy to, and it's the problem. But what if it was a portal? What if it was a doorway that you could open and discover the next greatest version of yourself, that you could awaken a dormant greatness and power and presence? Infinite love and gratitude, Laura. Infinite love and gratitude, Norma. Good job, Lisa. D, infinite love and gratitude to Dirk. Infinite love and gratitude.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, Rice, love you, and Robert. So I want to share something with you. Our friend Ellen Welk naturally rears golden retrievers, and we know that dogs are things that it's important that you train your dog. If you don't train your dog, you got dog problems. You got a dog pee and poo and eating things and whatever it might be, dogs biting. So we train our dogs, but do we train our minds? Here's this mind that is mostly below the surface. How do you train that reactive, primitive part of yourself that is showing up in your body and showing up in your life? Stage 4 adenocarcinoma, both lungs, Ron. Infinite love and gratitude.
Infinite love and
Beliefs caused by anger. How do we train the mind? How do we do that? And so I want to share something with you. I first saw this at a Joe Dispenza talk in Stuttgart, Germany, that I was speaking with him and a bunch of other incredible people from the movie Heal. And he shared this. And to me, this is a reflection that when you train your mind, the nature of life is it's looking to find a balance. All your cells want to work together like a symphony. All the different instruments want to play together in the orchestra. As birds flock and they form these incredible, it's called emergence, or fish swim in a school. The same thing can happen when you train your mind, your body will follow. So I want to share this with you. These are called metronomes. And they're all in different places. And the metronomes in this, as they're getting them going, they're all chaotic. They're all doing their own thing. And cancer is chaotic. Our mind is anxious and afraid and angry and frustrated. It's all over the place. But what ends up happening is when you learn how to lead from your heart, how to get present, you will notice that a harmony is set into motion. Harmonization starts to occur. And just, it doesn't take very long, but watch what ends up happening. All these different things, they will all find a place where they all start to click in. Pay attention to when it starts. It's starting a little bit. Here it goes. That's why life is a practice. It doesn't happen just because of once. It's about a practice of continuing to lean in. That's your body. That's your life. And I want to now remind you and reheart you that when the subconscious memory, for example, mom's fear, dad's anger, the moment of conception, who remembers that? Not many people, not many, right? That triggers the weakened immune system. Now we're in a state of denial and anxiety. Now we're in a place of shame and isolation. Now we're in anger and victimization. The truth question, what can we possibly call the truth? The truth is that we're all one. The truth is that there's a field of energy connecting all of creation. There's only one truth, and the truth is real. And the truth question is, if you could choose to create your life, if you could create your life, if you could design it, if you could landscape it, if, as my friend Cindy Perloff says, if you could blow up birthday candles and make a wish for the upcoming year, Would you choose to create it with cancer?
No.
Would you choose to create it with anxiety? Would you choose to create it with depression? Would you choose to create it with any level of struggle or stress? Would anyone ever choose that? I'd love for you to answer that in the chat. Would you choose any level of the experience of cancer? No way, Jose. No way. No. Hell no. I like it, Carmel. Fuck no. Hell no, Rice. Of course not. Hell no, Emma Batty. In love and gratitude. No one chooses this, yet we experience this. It's common. It's common in our world. 1 out of 2 men, 1 out of 3 women diagnosed with cancer these days. Infinite love and gratitude. So as much as we're not choosing it, it's happening. And what isn't an action, guess what it is?
Reaction.
A reaction. And the reactive mind's called the subconscious mind. It doesn't choose. It only reacts based upon the memory that it reflects in any given moment. So here we are, and we install, and we're going to teach you the 4 steps so you can learn how to do this. We install a highest vibration within the subconscious mind. And when we do, we go from a weakened immune system to immune memory. You've got a part of your immune system called the immune memory. The immune memory says, yo, I recognize you, mutated cell. I recognize you. Now I'm going to go get you. We go from a place of denial and anxiety to the ability to accept life and let go of life. Unless we accept life, we can't let go or lean in. We go from shame and isolation to going, you know what? I'm getting my dream team together. I'm getting my dream team together. We go to a place of anger and victimization to, wait a second, I wouldn't choose that, but this is what I would choose. Right? We change the vibrational tone of our consciousness by training the subconscious mind, and it's a practice, and it's a consistent. And cancer is a wake-up call that keeps you. You gotta show up. You gotta show up, and you gotta lean in. You can't go, oh, I'll do this in a week. A lot of times you have a symptom. Maybe it'll go away. Maybe it'll go away. Maybe it'll go away. 5 most dangerous words. Maybe it will go away. We want to act from a consciousness perspective, number 1, straight away. Number 1. And that's something that you've got power over, which is really amazing. That's why we're here. So Vicky shared, well, I've got wonderful news. The masses they found on my left breast with my August mammograms are gone. They found several spots in August. So I consulted 3 doctors and surgeons. So Vicky shared, like, just like within Sharon's just like, you know what? I'm confident that doctor, was just showing it to all these other doctors. This is the same thing happened with Vicky. She came back with a smile and said it was gone. Along the way, she grabbed another tech and took another look. Again, same results. Yay. She then showed me the 2 films from August and January, side by side, pointing out the closest vein to the mass. So I could see it in the August mammogram and gone in the February one. So thank you, LifeLine. Infinite love and gratitude. Hallelujah. So it's your turn. Jump on into the comments and share where your attention needs to go. You're not here to prove anything to anyone. This is your journey. This is your life. You get to make decisions. You get to make decisions, right? I want you to jump on in. Where your attention needs to go so that your energy can flow. Your mind, acceptance. Good job, Rice. Love and gratitude. Love instead of anger. Good job, Serena. Infinite love and gratitude. Authentic, loving voice, right? Because we all know that inner critic can really be an asshole, right? Infinite love and gratitude. Letting go with love, trust instead of fear. Good job, Susan. Joy and vibrance. Love. So I want to talk about the concept of creating your dream team, because oftentimes people will come to work with me and they go, Dr. Darren, you're my last hope. And I go, no, I am not. I'm grateful to be on your dream team. And based upon what a person's got going on, I tell them, especially with cancer, any chronic degenerative thing, addiction, you've got to get a dream team together. So let's talk about the concept of a dream team, Sharon.
Sure, absolutely. I looked at my dream team in 4 phases, and I think the next slide shows that those 4 phases for me were to deal with the physical aspects of the trauma, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. And so I had individuals that I would put into these categories that would walk through this journey with me. Like, for example, for the physical, I did my medical treatment. I did IV vitamin infusions. I did Dr. Jerry Tennant's daily power-ups. I did a nebulizer. I did salt baths. I did physical therapy. I did nutritional therapy. So physically, I had all of that going on, and I had individuals that would help me with that. Those of us that are dealing with cancer are going to have so many loved ones say, what can I do? How can I help you? And I want you to give some thought as to how you can put them in one of these categories so that when they ask you, you have an answer. Maybe you need somebody to make a meal. Maybe you need somebody to help you clean up. Maybe you need a ride somewhere. Just give it some thought, because your loved ones want to be with you on this journey. On the emotional aspects of my trauma, LifeLine was number one. That was my go-to. And honestly, I use those 4 steps continually throughout my day, because when I found my attention was on exactly what I didn't want, the panic, the anxiety, the fear, that's when I got busy and changed it to an empowered space through those 4 steps. I did tapping under the emotional trauma. I had all my dream team support that did check-ins, and they sent me cards and texts to boost my emotional state. And I had many, many social interactions. For the mental aspect of my dream team, I worked with LifeLine again for the mental stress that I was involved with. I did meditation, deep spaces of meditation, visualization of the life that I was creating, that I wanted, that I desired. And I read many books, and I took several classes to keep my mind stimulated in the direction of where I was going, what I wanted. And then as I addressed the spiritual aspects of this journey, I worked with my team in the other realm, the angels, my loved ones, source. I began to become aware of all the support that I have on the other side and leaned on that. I also worked with biogeometry and scalar energy. I began to get a real practice about the death process and seeing it as a sacred part of my journey as an individual. So that's just an example of some ways that I formed my dream team, Dr. Darren, and I had individuals that helped me with every aspect of that.
I'm curious about something, and thank you for sharing that, so people can really have an understanding that there's a breadth, there's a spectrum,
Multi,
like,
right? Yeah, it's
right?
multi.
Did you ever find where you needed to be clear of in creating healthy boundaries, where you're like, you know what, this energy is toxic, or and you need to create healthy boundaries? Do you ever have situations like that?
That is such a powerful question. And it takes me a step back to where we were with where our attention goes, our energy flows, because the boundaries that need to be created when you're overcoming trauma is that you want what you want, and you want to hold yourself in that energy space, but you want all the other people holding you there too. And I'm going to give you an example. I have a son, and he was a Marine. And as part of his duty, he volunteered to go to war. And I found myself in those moments when he was at war, waking up in panic and anxiety and fear and dread and worst case scenario. And I had a moment of awakening where that was the energy that I was sending to him. So my connection, my heart connection with him was spiraling into all the things I didn't want for him. And I made a decision in that moment that wherever he was, whatever he was doing, he was safe. I created an intention, and then I sent him love and light and peace and joy and laughter and all the things I wanted him to experience. Fast forward to 2023, when I had to sit in front of my son and tell him I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
Mm.
He collapsed, and it was one of the worst things he ever heard in his life. And he was in panic, and he was in anxiety, and he was in fear for me. And I said, Zach, now is your time to do for me what I did for you when you were at war. I want you to do whatever you have to do to create the change necessary to harmonize those emotions that you would never choose to send me, and then bombard me with love and light and healing and wellness. And he did that. So not only is it important for us to get intentional, but as you said, to create healthy boundaries with those in our realm of influence that are going to be sending us energy. That's really important.
It's really important. And we're going to go into the 4 steps, and those 4 steps really allowed you to be intentional in those difficult conversations and those difficult experiences of life. And it really is, it's amazing. Here we are in 2024, where the essence of science is, it's incredible. It's incredible what we are able to do with science these days. It's come so far. It's come so far.
Dr. Darren, I'm taking a protein therapy, a specialized protein therapy. I never even knew that existed. And so it is amazing the way, how far we've come in the journey. So there are treatment options that you may not even know of that are available.
Right, without a doubt. And the thing here is, as you look at this picture of the Golden Gate Bridge, and you acknowledge the meaning of a bridge is to allow 2 sides that would otherwise never meet come together. Not only has science evolved, but the technology of spirit and applying spirit and consciousness and mindset has evolved so much. There are so many really intelligent and great technologies and people that are teaching things that can help you so that you can navigate with a dream team and bring together. When I was asked to speak at the University of Miami Medical School, which is something, when I woke up to LifeLine Technique, I said, you know what? I'm not going to speak at the podium of the FDA. I'm not going to speak at, to all these medical world. It was like, this was 22 years ago. And then I got invited to speak at University of Miami Medical School. And I was nervous. I was really anxious. I'm like, man, they're going to just tear me apart. And I had a dream that night before. And the dream was of all these bridges. Walking bridges, bicycle bridges, train bridges, plane bridges, car bridges, all kinds of bridges. And then I saw, oh, I'm here to bridge the gap. And so I went there and I looked up, what is University of Miami Medical School all about? And they're all about specializing in cardiovascular disease and cancer. So I went on in and I said, you know what? You are so renowned for helping people. They come in from all around the world to be helped with cardiovascular or cancer. And it's amazing. I'm like, here's my background. And I shared my background as far as just holistic consciousness, emotions, memories, the subconscious mind, transforming trauma and loss and shifting perception and processing emotion. And then I said this, how can I help you? And I just was quiet. And there was about 45 seconds of awkward silence. And then a doctor in the back of the room raised her hand and she said, we put people on these treatment plans and they lose their will to live. We don't know what to do with that. How can you help us with that? And now the door was open. So here's the thing. We live in the world today. Whatever you're going through, there's a way to bridge the gap. There is. There's a way to bridge the gap. There's a way to get your dream team together so that you can walk your unique path, because this is your life. This is your life. Where, as Sharon already said, we all die successfully at one point. Let's live our life. Let's live our death. Let's be active with love throughout the entire journey. Let's be kind, beautiful, caring, supportive people as best as we possibly can, especially to ourselves. So I want you to jump into the comments again. This is participation, right? I hope you're having fun. Jump in the comments and share who you need to add to your dream team. Who or what do you need to add to your dream team now? Now. Who or what do you need? Functional medicine, Do you need a Western medical doctor? Do you need a LifeLine practitioner? Do you need what is it that you need? LifeLine, daily participation for myself. Good job, Diane. Thanks to you, Dr. D. I have a wonderful team. That's right, Carmel, you do. You are so loved and supported. Infinite love and gratitude.
Yes, yes, yes.
LifeLine, you can afford it. You can afford it. We make it where it's $3 a session for LifeLine, Serena. You can afford that. It's $3 per session. And if you really can't afford that, let me know, and we'll offer that to you for free. But we make that, we make it affordable. So be aware of that. Be aware of that energy that you're putting out there right now by saying that you can't afford that. Infinite love and gratitude. Continue learning LifeLine technique. Good job, Rice. Infinite love and gratitude. So now we're going to go into the 4 steps. And the 4 steps are observe, write this down, discern, intention, imagination.
That's
Observe,
it.
discern, intention, imagination. So let's go deep into this, Sharon. Let's start with observation. Tell me about observation. What is that all about?
So you take a moment to connect to the present moment, because so much of our time we are in the past or we're in the future. We've checked out of the present moment, which is the only place we can really create this change. And so you stop and you observe. What am I experiencing? What are the symptoms in my body? What is the stress? What are the emotions I'm experiencing? You got to be honest, stay curious, and be compassionate with yourself as you begin this process. You're going to identify where you are right now, and then you're going to quantify it. We use a scale, 0 to 10. 0 is nothing, 10 is you're ready to leave. It's so bad. So that's the observation process, to get really present with what's going on. What am I thinking? What am I feeling? What am I doing? That's observation.
So let's do an abridged version. Everyone, take a moment. We're just going to do one aspect. We usually do physical symptoms and stressors, but I just want you to connect to the concept of cancer, whether it's you, whether it be a family member, whether it be just in this world itself. What is it about cancer that's most stressful for you? We had you answer that question at the beginning. What is it about that? Write that down. Helplessness. On a scale of 0 to 10, for you, Jamie, what do you rate that helplessness? Right? Whatever it might be. If you got pain in your body, if you got pain in your bank account, what is it? Loss of control, 9. Good job. Right? Frustration. What do you rate it? Cancer. Why? How? The unknown. What do you rate the stress of the unknown? Security. 5 out of 10, Rice. Good job. Anger. I get it. 8 out of 10. Totally get it. I get the helplessness. I get the insecurity. I totally understand it. So now we're going to shift, and we're going to go into the second step of the 4 steps, which is the truth question. Sharon, share with us, what is the truth question in the first place?
So we figured out where we are, and we've quantified that, right? And then we ask ourselves the question, and it's so important to ask yourself the question, is this how I want to create my life? Given the opportunity for you to create your life a day or even a single moment in a day, would you ever choose to create it with any of the aspects of the pain, fear, or stress of cancer that you just identified? Would you ever choose that? Would you choose to create your life this way?
And so when we ask this question, and you're going to ask yourself this question again and again and again, you're going to say it out loud. Hell no, I'm not choosing this. Because guess what happens? Check this out. When you write down, oh, my body feels this way. Oh, my heart feels this way. I'm so emotionally stressed out by X, Y, and Z. This person's triggering me. That situation's triggering me. We immediately, when we observe, automatically, it's like a knee-jerk reflex. We immediately start to judge ourselves. We immediately start to judge life. The truth question allows you to shift judgment in your head to discernment in your heart. When you say hell no, you know you're dealing with what's below the surface, the iceberg, what's below the surface. There's some memory. You don't have to know what memory that is. That's okay. That's another level of the LifeLine technique. You don't have to know what that is, but you just need to know that there's something that you don't have control over. Right? And that allows you to go from your head to your heart. And in your heart, we go into the third of 4 steps, which is intention. Talk to me about intention, Sharon.
So when we do the first 2, we're really dealing with the aspects that we would never choose that. And then we go into this third step, which is exactly what we would choose. It's exactly what we want. It's our heart's desire for our body, for our relationships, for our lives. So this is a reflection of your heart when we go into a space of intention. And it's easy to get there because Dr. Darren's created these landmarks for you. There's steps, these 2 steps, 2 rules. We call them the golden rules. The first one is you really want to focus on what you want, where you're going. For me, that aspect of it was to be well, to be vibrant, to be alive, to be healthy, right? And then I needed to focus as if I was already there. And if I was already there, if I was already healthy, if I was already vibrant, if I was already vitally alive, I could say, I am healthy. I am vibrantly alive. I am powerful. I am a mighty, mighty miracle. That was my go-to. I am a mighty, mighty miracle. That's what I wanted.
By observing in step 1, you've activated the subconscious mind. By discerning, you've gone from the mind to the heart, and the heart is the one thing that can hack the mind and get it to shift its focus in it and where it's going. So as you now, I want you to think about it. When it comes to cancer, place your hand over your heart with love. Focus where you're going, not what you want to make go away. That's your subconscious mind. Not what you want to avoid, not what you want to deny or pretend isn't there. When it comes to cancer, your highest self, what does your heart desire to feel? What does your heart desire to feel? If you could choose to feel anything, what does your heart desire to feel? My heart desires to feel authentically me. That's what my heart just said. And I'm putting a word to it. So authentically me. So now I write down authentically me. That's what I'm focusing on. And now if I was already there, I can put I am in front of it. I am authentically me. And I say it 3 times. What does your heart desire to feel? Good one, Vicky Schultz. I am joyful confidence. I am empowered. Ellen Welk. Yeah, you are. What is it that your heart desires?
Vibrantly alive.
There you go. I am vibrant and alive. And say it like you mean it. Say it out loud. In the beginning was the word. You're activating a vibrational frequency of a new you. This is the next greatest version of you coming through. I am whole. I am healed. I'm light and clear. Bam, Cindy P. There you are. Infinite love and gratitude. Beautiful. Healing and healthy. So now, once we've got this, here's the thing. The mind is really powerful. It is. It's very powerful. And it's either a tool or a tormentor. That's what I like to say. It's a tool, and that's where we're teaching you how to use your mind as a tool. We're training the dog. We're training the mind. Because the mind's going to go, oh, I'm authentically me, but what about when you're insecure and low self-esteem and frustrated and angry and blah, 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 and being the victim of it, Darren? What about that? So at the 4th part is what, Sharon? We're going to go into imagination. Share with what the power of imagination is and what we're focusing on here.
So I love the way you brought the mind and the heart in together in this process, because what we're doing with our intention is we're getting really clear on what the mind wants. I am vibrantly alive. I am vibrantly alive. But then as this step number 4 comes into it, we bring in the energy of the heart. And so as we're having that experience of the intention, I am vibrantly alive, you experience it as if you're already there. You use your imagination to get sensory, to notice who you become as you move into this alignment with this intention. Notice how it feels in your body to see, feel, and hear yourself living from the space of your I am. Pay attention, tune in. See how it feels to be there. And that feeling is the frequency that we bring back that anchors the mind and heart in this experience. So as I'm in the space of I am vibrantly alive and I'm seeing myself living that life, I'm using my imagination, it feels extraordinary for me. It feels extraordinary. It's expansive. It's like fireworks. That's what I would choose to live a life. That's who I really am, vibrantly alive, feeling extraordinary. That is where I continue to toggle my focus.
You planted the seed in the subconscious mind and it grew in the body. How do you know? Because you could feel that feeling that you named, expansive. The feeling is the medicine. It's a new chemistry. It's a new consciousness. For me, I am authentically me. The feeling is I'm grateful for my life. I feel grateful for my
More
life.
about how it's the medicine, Dr. Darren. Expound on that a little bit. How
Well,
is that the
it's the medicine because when you're like, as I'm feeling grateful for my life, I'm feeling like a tingling in my skin. I'm feeling my heart open up. I'm feeling like this. I feel like I want to cry tears of joy. I've got all these feelings, but I'm just calling it grateful for my life. So I write down feeling grateful for my life. That feeling is actually the cells of the body producing a chemical reaction. And the
yes,
chemical and the chemical reaction is actually medicine. Most of the time, to create a cellular chemical reaction, we take a pill, we take different things. And there's nothing wrong with it. As we know, we're really grateful for that. At the same time, you can learn through these 4 steps how to create what we call mind medicine. That's what
yes,
that's.
yes, yes, yes. In fact, in that moment when we're having that experience, every single one of those trillions of cells is getting this information, is getting bathed in the feeling, and that creates a healing. It creates an environment that is optimal for the cell to heal, to regenerate, to be whole.
And so it is. And what's so beautiful, so for me, I am authentically me, feeling grateful for my life, feeling grateful for my life. Now, if we just stop here, and this is all you focus on is your I am and the feeling that comes from your imagination. Now you want to look for evidence in your life of your I am. Look for it in as if you lost your cell phone. We are so addicted to our cell phones. Well, how hard would you look for your cell phone? Your whole life is on your cell phone. How hard? Look that hard, even harder for your I am and the feeling, the imagination. And guess what? You're going to find it everywhere. You're going to find it in everyone. Make it a practice. Make it a practice. Have fun with it. Are you going to get triggered? You will. And when you get triggered, look for your I am authentically me triggered self, feeling grateful for my life that I'm triggered. Here's another gift and strange wrapping paper. Thank God for whatever that is. Infinite love and gratitude.
Love and gratitude.
So it is my hope, it's Sharon's hope that you really recognize the potential of using the 4 steps in your life. Do you recognize? I want to just say in your chats, do you recognize the potential of using these 4 steps in your life? Do you? Hell yeah, absolutely. Yes, beautiful, Diane. Awesome, Serena. Fantastic, Lisa. Great job, Cindy P, Emma, Carmel, Jana, infinite love and gratitude, Sarah. Right. This is just literally, it's just the tip of the iceberg. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Now you're conscious of something else, and there's a whole other world here. And it is our hope that you have an understanding that you can go through your life and be supported in all kinds of ways. And just like Sharon recommended, what she does, there's a whole slew of different ways in which you can discover your dream team. If you desire to utilize Lifeline, we've got, if you've never done the Lifeline Technique healing circle, we do it every week. We have a group Lifeline every week, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. The first 2 weeks, if you've never done it before, are free. Otherwise, we offer it where it's like $3 or $4 a session. And so that it's affordable for anyone. We really make sure that this is something that is for everyone, because having a one-on-one session, that someone, if they're doing this for a living, they charge for their time. So you can do one-on-one sessions. I do 6 months of coaching. That's what I've been doing with Sharon for the past 6+ months. But we also have something that we want to share with you, because when Sharon said, I really want to share this with people, I'm like, you know what? There's going to be people that are going to want to take it further.
Yes.
Would you be open to offering what we call the quick start Lifeline Ignite process? Would you be open to that? And Sharon's like, let's do that. Let's really offer something cool. So we're going to be offering a 7-week course that is really robust. And it's 7 weeks of live online interactive webinars. They're an hour each. There's also, it's really robust. There's e-learning modules. There's 6 e-learning modules that you can watch over and over and over again that teach you details of so much more than just the connection and so much more than just the 4 steps. But we're going to go into a level of the mind that we call the black hole, and how to apply it towards the physical body, towards the stressors of life, how to manifest your dream, how to really become intentional on a whole other level. There's digital manual, there's weekly free group coaching that the incredible Erin Marfangella is leading. She's incredible. She is our group coach and helping people, and that's included within it as well. And you'll have lifetime access to this. And so we finally got to this place where we're going to do.
I'd like to say something before we go into
Go for
that.
it.
I just want to thank you from the depths of my being for this opportunity today. When I came to you and I said, I see so many people that are dealing with cancer and they just don't have the tools to manage it. And can we give people these 4 steps? And your generous heart just flew up. Of course we can do that. Yes, we can do that. You're allowing me to teach those 4 steps in an all-day class in October. But then you went beyond it to give people an immersion into the work, because there's so many that want to know how it works or more about how it works. And that's what this opportunity is. And then to give it at a fraction of its cost, I just want to say how much I appreciate what you're doing and how you're empowering the masses by this opportunity. Thank you.
Well, I don't really know what to say to that other than I love you. I'm so grateful. I'm so moved. You know, when you were diagnosed and you were going through it before you were diagnosed and you were scared to actually go to the medical doctor, I'm like, you know what, just go get checked out. And then all of a sudden the shock of what happened and your courageous, brave journey all the way to this moment right now. I mean, I'm so moved. I'm so moved. I went through every emotion with you. And I'm so grateful to be here with you now, and so grateful to be able to support people on this journey in the best way. And you know, you walk your talk. You're living it, and you're my hero, my friend.
Yes, infinite love and gratitude to the Love Fest.
It is a love fest, love and gratitude.